let's talk a little bit about how you're gonna get on a street and stay on the same street all day long, dominate, and which obviously requires a very, very, very high closing ratio. Okay, and you got to get everybody interested right away. You got to build value right away. You got to close really, really intensely. So first things first, when you get dropped off, you get dropped off, you start right away. You're gonna start with you got to set your own momentum. Okay, so basically by getting started with the right momentum, you're gonna set yourself up the rest of the day. The only thing that'll do if you have a partner, whatever the case is you want to set some goals. So set some goals, set a strategy when you get dropped off, you know, small driveways, big driveways, whatever the case is, an average price so that you and your partner are selling at the same price, okay? That's gonna be a big key. Also, time goals. Time goals, okay, let's see who can get on the first one, the first 10 minutes, first 15 minutes, whatever the case is, first half hour. Let's be at this many steps by noon, this many steps by 2, and you set them so that each part of the day you're forced to perform. It's not the end of the day, it's not go time, it's not anything, it's oh my god, it's almost 12 o'clock, and 12 o'clock is the end of the day. So it's like you have a little mini end of night all day long. Because if you treat all day long like end of night, you're going to perform an extreme level. So now, first few doors, when you start talking to the homeowners and talking to the neighbors, I call it building ammunition. Okay, we all have those people that might be really nice, but they say no, or if they say yes, whatever the case is, whether it's a no or a yes, build your ammunition by asking questions. So how old is the neighborhood? How old are the driveways? What sort of competition has been around? The Dirty Harry factor. Where do people work around here? All ammunition that you can use, because you want to have ammunition that you can ask a customer a question and which they'll say, yeah, that's right. So you're predictively getting questions that you can ask them that you're going to get a yes to, which is going to come into play later. It's very important. Okay, now when you're selling, you have one mouth, two ears. So that's the ratio. You actually want to listen just as much, or if more, than you talk, than you speak. Okay, now, well, how do you do that? You need to direct the conversation. Okay, you need to direct it in the right way. So I call it statement followed by question. Everybody say statement followed by question.
Statement followed by question.
So, statement followed by question is very simple. You don't want to just spew your verbal pitch onto somebody, because they'll blank out, they'll shut off. Okay, so you make a sentence or two building value. So this is what we're doing today. We're actually building, we're doing the driveways for everybody today. We got an amazing deal going on. That's why we're taking care of so many of your neighbors. When was the last time you had it done? Right? When was the last time you had your driveway sealed? That's the most basic statement followed by question. And you continuously do that so that they're constantly talking, but you're directing what they're saying. You're asking the questions properly so that you're building that into it. Now, this is all going to get you on your first step. Okay? Getting you on that first step, very, very important to get the linking going on. Now, from there, obviously to get that first step, we have to do what's called supply and demand. Mr. Stewart talked about this. Basically, the most simplest form of supply and demand is get a good price. If you don't have one yet, drop your price and get on a driveway. Just get on a driveway, because how are you supposed to link if you're not on a driveway? Okay? Get a yes. Do whatever you have to do to get a yes. Alright? Now, obviously, yeah.
Get a yes!
Yes!
Yeah. Get a yes!
Get a yes!
Sorry. I like yeses.
Get a yes. So when what that means is that if you don't have a yes yet, okay, raise more value. That's first step. Raise more value so that you can get your pricing. But if they're not going for it, drop your price a little and get on that step, because you'll start to make it up. Okay? So getting on that first step is crucial, because would you rather be on 0 for 250, which is still 0, okay, or 1 for 200 that you can now link off of, right? So don't be a pricing snob, get on a step. All right, now once you got on that first step, all right, now we get to start the fun. Now we get to start the linking. Okay, now linking is obviously the most powerful thing. Now when you go up to a homeowner and you're on a driveway, you have an incredible amount of enthusiasm, the first thing you need to realize is that that homeowner has been knocked on many times before. You're not special, okay? You're not the first person that has knocked on their door. So what is gonna separate you from the person that was there yesterday, 2 days ago, the same day, our industry, other industries, whatever the case is, okay? So what's gonna separate you? Is it your enthusiasm? Is it your smile? Is it what you're bringing to the table? Okay? Be different. And the more competitive the neighborhood, the more different you have to be. Whether that's, you know, some of the most competitive neighborhoods I've been in, all right, I'm showing up, I don't even have a script. I'm just panting, out of breath on their doorstep. And the first question they ask me is, are you okay? Yeah, I'm amazing. Okay? That just totally takes the whole notion that I'm a salesperson right out of their head. They're more concerned that they're gonna have a dead man on their doorstep in a second. Okay? So it separates you from the rest. So we talk about being on stage, you get to be a little bit of an actor. That's why I like it so much. You get to be the best part of you. You get to perform for these homeowners. You get to perform an experience for them. Provide an experience for the homeowner at every single door. And then when they find out about you and what you're doing, okay, then you're gonna have a much higher closing ratio. All right? Make sense so far? Amazing. So now you're talking to them. You've perked their interest. They've seen you. Now we start the value building. Qualifying questions, asking different things to get more information from them is key because that's gonna enable you to sell, right? Don't you love it when a homeowner tells you something that you now use in your script? Right, that you can now use to raise value, whether that's the fact that they've done it before themselves, or last year they had a different guy, or whatever the case is, or a different product that they know that they've used, right? And you can use all of that to build value. So qualifying questions is absolutely key, okay? Now, once you got the qualifying questions, you start to get the objections. Now we're selling, now we're into the thick of it. We get those objections. Now the first thing that you must do when you get an objection, all right, is obviously accept the objection, okay? And oh, that's a great point. I'm really glad you brought that up. Adding before that is repeating the objection back to them. How would you like it if a customer gave you an objection and the first word that they said to you after that objection was yes? Okay? So I usually do it myself. Oh, you get the buckets and you do it yourself? Yeah. So you're getting a yes and putting them in the yes mode as you're getting objections. So even though they're telling you no, they're telling you yes at the same time. It's kind of a good deal for you, right? Also, it shows that you're listening, that you just don't want to take that objection and smash it. Okay, because you want to put a homeowner on the defensive, is what you're going to do, is you're going to say, I do it myself. Oh, don't do it yourself, that's bad. You're the worst person I've ever met in my entire life. Okay? Oh, you do it yourself? You get the buckets and you roll it on? Yeah, I do. That's amazing, sir. I'm so glad you brought that up. Okay? So ask the question back to them, get the yes, accept the objection, or not accept it, but acknowledge it, and then begin to overcome the objection from there.